CTV News with Amanda Singroy and Reg Hampton.
Good evening, and then there were three.
It's going to take a second ballot to decide who's going to lead the Alberta Tories and subsequently become our province's 14th premier. Let's go to Chris Epp and Kevin Armstrong live from the Metropolitan Centre, who have watched the results come in. Hi, guys.
Hey, Amanda. Yeah, no new premier tonight. I don't think that's a huge surprise, but I think people are surprised by how close it was in the end. Kevin's got the results.
Yeah, it took a little while to get these results as the PC website went down a number of times tonight, but let's take a look at them now. And Gary Marr took in 41% of the vote. Alison Redford, a distant second place, but in second place nonetheless with 19%. And rounding out the top three that will be advancing is Doug Horner with 15% of the vote.
Yeah, and probably a bit of surprise from some people that Ted Morton didn't crack that top three, considering 8 months ago a lot of people thought he may be the next premier.
He was the first person mentioned when Premier Stelmach announced stepping down, and he was the first one to throw in his hat at that time, and obviously very disappointing for that camp tonight.
Now, we did catch up with the three frontrunners who will be going to that second ballot in 2 weeks. Here's what they had to say.
We are very, very close to doing the job, finishing the job, and winning on October the 1st. So my job is very clear over the next 2 weeks. I've got to get out there and sell more memberships, and our team is going to do that.
We're going to keep talking to everyone, go out to our supporters again, make sure people know that change is possible. We've been saying that for 8 months. People are starting to believe it, and we have 2 more weeks to convince people that what we can do right now is set a changing direction for this province that allows us to exceed our wildest expectations.
The whole evening we were third or second or third. I think we have a job to do. The team's going to rally. We're going to get the job done.
So we do have our top three, but a lot of disappointment in the vote turnout tonight, Kevin.
Well, the vote turnout, when it's all said and done, 59,537. The last first ballot in 06 cracked the 95,000, 97,000 range. So very disappointing numbers. And all the parties, no matter who your candidate is talking about that and how disappointing that is.
Yeah, and a few people said the rural vote really stayed home, whether they were just out because it was a nice day, some people said, or maybe people are in harvest. Who did that affect? Some people said that affected Doug Griffiths a bit. People thought that might affect Doug Horner, but he made the top three as well. So
Doug Horner had the biggest gasps in the room tonight. When he won big. There was one poll that he brought in 1,089 in one poll alone, and he really kept pace with Gary Marr.
And I mean, we actually thought it was a typo. A lot of people in the room did, and the party, we asked the party to confirm it, and they said, yeah, they had to confirm it as well. They also thought it was a mistake in those numbers. So those who love Horner love him a lot, it turns out, and that really got him into the top three.
And now we've got an exciting 2 weeks to look forward to. We've got to see who those three that did not win, who they're going to line up behind, and we'll see how many more memberships will be sold in this next 2 weeks.
I did chat with Doug Griffiths a few minutes ago. He said he's not throwing his support behind anybody yet. He's going to take a few days to make up his mind. I guess we'll see what happens with Rick Orman and Ted Morton as well.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back later on in the show as well.
Okay, thanks, guys.
In other news tonight, Lethbridge police are investigating the death of a 24-year-old man who died while skateboarding. The man was holding onto the side of a moving vehicle when he fell. Alicia Fieldberg reports.
A 24-year-old man is dead after crashing his skateboard while being pulled by an SUV. On Friday night, a 20-year-old man was driving an SUV while 2 men on skateboards held onto the side. One of the skateboarders lost his grip and fell beneath the rear tire. He was treated in Lethbridge, then airlifted to Calgary in serious life-threatening condition. He later died from his injuries. Police say the man wasn't wearing safety gear.
No helmet, gloves and that, but falling underneath the rear wheels of a vehicle, I think the safety messages just don't do the act.
Videos of vehicles towing people on skateboards, bikes, and rollerblades are popular online. Local skateboarders say they know several people who've tried it themselves.
You know, you see it in videos and kids want to emulate it and all that sort of things, but at the end of the day, it's a decision that you have to make as an individual, and unfortunately, this one didn't turn out so well.
Kids, are behind vehicles in the winter on ice. People, grabbing onto vehicles while they're driving a pedal bike. It's a safety concern. It's not something that should be happening because we see results like this.
Police are still investigating the death, but don't think alcohol, speed, road conditions, or distracted driving are factors. The tragedy comes as a blow to the close-knit skateboarding community.
We just lost another skateboarder not too long ago from just outside of town, and to have two in a matter of a couple of months, it's going to hurt.
Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Lethbridge.